Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about Nikola Motors and the recent uh, news release of Trevor Milton, the CEO chairman of Nikola Motors, stepping down amid massive fraud allegations. So to give you guys a quick background on Nikola Motors stock, I recommended the stock earlier on this channel back before it turned public, when it got involved with the spat with Vector IQ acquisitions. And I thought that a lot of the claims that Trevor Milton made were justified, and I was really excited about their new hybrid trucks and things like that, and their ability to kind of take on Tesla in the EV space. But after his resignation, this kind of makes me wonder what exactly is going on with Nikola Motors, and the stock is down a ton. So what I ended up doing is I ended up buying when I recommended the stock. I believe I recommended it around just over $30 or so, and the stock soared up so fast, so I ended up selling it at around $70 or so, and we've kind of just watched the stock kind of just continue to tumble down now. So now it's trading at around $27. It actually went all the way down to 24 or so, but it kind of quickly bounced off of perhaps some support. Some people were thinking that the stock is too oversold. So in this video, we're going to kind of just go over what's been going on with Nikola Motor stock and whether there's any validity into any of these claims. But to give you guys a quick note, the good news is that he has been replaced by a former GM chairman, and we all know that GM recently took a $2 billion stake in the company. So there is some signs of positive here, and it looks like GM is using Nikola Motor as a way to play catch up to Tesla, and they basically got hold of this company. So I think this is an interesting kind of timeline for events, and we'll just kind of go over whether this stock is a pump or dump or not, and whether there's any value in these shares. So before I get into the video, guys, please give me a thumbs up. Really helps the channel. So let's kind of go over the news right now. So as you can see here, we're on the Detroit News. It says resignation of Nikola founder could help keep EV deal with GM on track. So of course, I mentioned earlier, there's big news. Trevor Milton, the chairman and founder of Nikola Motors, has stepped down, and basically because of this, as you can see here, it says with GM's former vice chairman replaced Nikola Motors founder amid allegations of fraud, the electric and hydrogen powered truck startup now may better equipped to act on its goal and $2 billion partnership with GM. So what's been going on is GM actually invested $2 billion in Nikola Motors, and the same reason that I thought that a lot of the things he was saying made a lot of sense, and we've seen a lot of these kind of EV startups do really well in terms of stock price. Of course, Tesla, obviously, but also some other ones like Workhorse has been doing really well, and Nikola Motors was kind of following in that suit. And we have another EV startup called Helion, ticker symbol. That one has been proposed to do really well as well. And the kind of renewable energy and just EV stocks have been some of the biggest gainers so far this year. This is an inflection point for our transitioning from ICE vehicles into electric ones. And I think a rising tide lifts all boats. So we've kind of seen all of these stocks rise. But Nikola Motors has been kind of the outlier here. There's been a lot of kind of perhaps deception going on, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So as we can see here, Trevor Milton, he stepped down, and he said the focus should be on the company and its world-changing mission, not me. I intend to defend myself against false allegations leveled against me by outside detractors. So that biggest outside detractor is called Hindenburg Research. So all of this kind of took place with Hindenburg Research. They're a short seller, and their job is to basically, what they do is they send out reports basically trashing stocks that have run up a lot, and then they short selling. So what it means is that short sellers make money when the stock price goes down. So their whole intent is to make the stock price go down, but there are a lot of valid claims. You can actually check out this report on their website. It's just go to Hindenburg Research /Nikola, and they talk about it's a really long report, and I don't want to take up too much time kind of going over every single point, but the majority of their points are basically talking about, as you can see, the headline is, today we reveal why we believe Nikola is an intricate fraud built on dozens of lies over the course of its founder and executive chairman Trevor Milton's career. So they've done lots and lots of research. They've gathered phone calls, text messages, emails, photographs, just talking about how Trevor Milton has been lying about this company all and overstating a lot of the deals and things like that, and using kind of deception to lure in investors and things like that. Really, really, really interesting report. You guys can check that out. So not to make this video go on too long, basically the report is just trashing the stock. And what short sellers do is they like to borrow shares at a certain price, and then they profit when the stock goes down. So, you know, obviously they simply wait for the stock to go down, and then they rebuy those shares, and they make the difference of the price. So you can actually also do this usually with put options. It's not exactly the same as short selling, but put options is another way to make money when the stock price goes down. So a short seller like Hindenburg Research, very long report and a lot of valid claims, I think, there. So it's definitely something to look at. And then if we go over to electric, we can see that a little bit more about Trevor Milton actually leaving the company. So one of the interesting things is he still owns around 20% of Nikola shares. That's worth around $2 billion or so. So obviously that value, that stake has gone down because the stock fell quite a bit. So it's going to be really interesting what they're going to do with them. Most likely he didn't step down. The board asked him to leave. Basically asked him to just get out of the picture amid all of these fraud claims and things like that. So it's just going to be really interesting to see what happens. Will he end up liquidating his stake slowly over time? Basically launching this company basically made him a billionaire, even though they haven't really delivered any vehicles or really done anything. It's been basically all lots of promises. And we know that Elon Musk was famous for making a lot of promises in the EV market, and he ended up following up on those promises. So I'm not saying that Trevor Milton is a bad guy, but obviously if GM basically ousted him out of his own company, obviously things aren't looking good. So now I want to talk about whether or not I think the stock is a decent buy. So obviously, you know, all of these allegations made by Hindenburg Research, these short sellers, were kind of new to me. So right now, for me, this is kind of a stay away. This stock could go a lot lower. Remember now, they haven't really delivered any vehicles yet, so a lot of the stock gains was on promise. So I think it would be best safe if you're kind of holding the position now. It might be safe to just get out, take some small losses. You really shouldn't have been buying up here anyway. There's no way that this company was worth more than Ford and GM, and they have now would be a little bit safer time to buy. But even for me, amidst these allegations, the stock could potentially go a lot lower. And I think there's some other better buys out here in this space. I like stocks like Workhorse, which have done really, really well. I believe Workhorse is over around 30 now. I talked about Workhorse. I recommended it when it was down around $14 to $16. And of course, Tesla. I talk about Tesla a lot on this channel, and Tesla has been doing just awesome. Tesla, actually, Battery Day is coming up on the 22nd, so it'll really be interesting what Tesla stock does then. Perhaps it goes even higher. But I think there's some other stocks that definitely you can check out in this space. For me, Nikola Motors is a wait and see what happens here. I'm not interested in this stock right now simply because I want to see this more. I want to see more information on this fraud. And like I said, the company hasn't really produced anything, so it's not like you're going to miss out on opportunity. You can buy back into this company maybe in a couple months, or maybe in 2021 when there's more information. But I just think there's some better plays right now. So for me, this is a stay away. I'm not on Nikola Motors. I don't like buying companies where there's evidence of fraud. I think one of the things when it comes to the stock market is you want to invest in companies that have good, sound management. And any signs of bad management is just not worth risking your money. You don't want to invest in companies where there's fraud allegations, things like that. They usually don't turn out well. But the fact that GM has taken over this company, obviously they found some value in it, and they're definitely long-term thinkers here. So it really depends. If you're going to enter a position here, I would say proceed with caution. We could see lower prices, perhaps even $20 or lower in the near term, and that's exactly what the stock has been doing. It's been coming down all the way from its high of around 80 down to 27. So could be some more downward momentum in the short term. So I would definitely hold off. But for me, this is stay away, and I'll be sure to update you guys future on Nikola Motors. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, please smash the red subscribe button if you enjoy my content. I'll be posting more updates on Nikola Motors and other EV stocks, because these stocks have been absolutely crushing it, and I am so bullish on electric vehicles in the future. This is going to be a huge transformation. So that's it for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care.